with the devil.
Well, welcome to the Ska History Hour with your hosts, Jose Rojas
No.
and myself, Daryl Rubio, wherein the purpose of this channel is to spread awareness of ska music and its subgenres to the world. Our guest today is Mr. Paul Willo, singer of the Skapones from the United Kingdom.
Good evening.
Paul, we appreciate the time you're taking to speak with us and to share
No,
your
it's a
stories
pleasure.
and your music with the ska community. I see that your band started around 2013. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Got
right.
it.
Yeah.
2013. Can you tell us about your how you started your musical journey with the Skapones?
The band itself had been formed just a bit before I joined, and they had a lead singer, and they were rehearsing, and he'd gone to the shop to get some beer, and never turned up. Never returned. So there was a vacancy for a singer. So somebody, I got an email from a friend, said, "Do you want to come down and try out?" So I went and yeah, it seemed and it worked, and so I went from there really.
Was
For
he
me,
okay? Nothing bad happened to the guy, right?
I don't know. I don't
He,
care.
he didn't get hit by a double-decker bus or anything? Or what?
Well, it's Darlington in the northeast of England, so it could well be. Oh no,
So,
no, now we don't have any buses anymore, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
so where does the name of the Skapones come from? I'm thinking Al Capone.
Well, I mean, from what I'm privy to is the fact it's just a play on the Rude Boy thing, Al Capone with Prince Buster and Gangster, the specials,
Mm-hmm.
and then I mean, it's all a bit obvious, isn't it? Skapones, you play a ska,
Yeah.
and but we've been called some weird names. We've been called Scarponies, like
Sharponies.
a pony, yeah.
Scaponi.
Yeah.
Yeah. The best one is the Scarphones, which I really love.
Phones. Hello.
Hi, you're on a Scarphone.
That's funny.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's basically what it is. It's based around the Road Boy, Al Capone, the mixture
Right.
sort of thing.
Okay.
And it's quite good visually as well. It's good to play with.
Cool. So, which classic ska or two-tone records made you think I want to make music like this? Were there any specific UK or Jamaican ska acts that you all bonded
it's-
over?
Yeah, well, I mean, for the rest of the lads, it's fairly similar. I mean, it's
Uh-huh.
like some people are out and out ska and reggae fans. Some like jazz, played in jazz, and have done big band over here. Big band, the big brass bands, that sort of thing. Especially where we are in the northeast, it's very big that. But the ska band, the ska boys, pretty much it was the specials really, gangsters really. Being about 12 and 13, which is a very impressionable age. I think if you're at an age when something big comes across and it hits you, it stays with you, and that's what it was for me. And we got into the Jamaican ska by the popularity of two-tone in England at the time meant there was a revitalization of careers for the old Jamaican artists. So Trojan were whacking out tons and tons of 7 inches, and we're thinking, oh right, so the specials have done Long Shot, Kick the Bucket. Oh look, there's another one there. What's this one? And that's how you do it. I think that's the worldwide thing as well, depending what age you are when you come into a certain genre. So yeah, so it was two-tone first, and then we traced it back, and then you discover the roots. And then for me personally, it was like I'm addicted to analytics and stuff like that. I'll just keep looking and going down rabbit holes till I find all the information I can find.
Yeah. That's what we all do, I think. Get into that rabbit hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the scene there in the UK is pretty tight. You guys all pretty much know each other, right? The bands?
Yeah, I think the original bands do. There's a big problem with cover bands and tribute bands in the United Kingdom at the moment, because they're getting primo gigs, and they're getting paid a lot more than the original artists, and it should be the other way around in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because I mean, we've been on tour in America, and we've been in tour in Europe, and we're really jealous of the scenes in the United States, which is fantastic at the moment. States and Mexico and South America is just buzzing. Absolutely. I mean, I'm jealous. I am so jealous. And same with Europe as well. But there are some damn fine original bands in England, and we're all talking and trying to work out ways how we can put on tours where we all play together. We all change the headliner every night, just so people get to see some sort of review, sort of show, sort of a tour sort of thing. So hopefully we'll have something in place for 2026 for that. But the rest of us all go around doing our own shows. We meet up at festivals and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty tight. The ones, the original bands were all pretty tight because we have to be.
Yeah, pretty much. Because I was looking in your From Cradle to Grave,
Yeah.
and you think one of our buddies there, Nick Welsh, that we interviewed
Oh,
recently.
yes, he's a very, very, very good friend of mine. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's a
In fact, I'm seeing him on Sunday. Yeah, he's taking me to
oh,
a pie.
perfect.
He's taking me to a pie and mash shop in London. So
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, you could let him know about your interview experience with us too, just like he did. But I saw him a couple years back. He actually came to the States,
that's right.
so I got to see King Hammond play, which was great. Just like me and a few other of my friends. So that was
Brilliant. I think
pretty
he's coming
awesome.
back. Yeah, I think he's coming back this next year. I think, or maybe this year. I don't know.
Yeah, he's been trying to get on Supernova for a while too. So you got to tell him
Mm.
your secrets on how to do that.
Beg.
So you said started on 2013. You guys have your releases. Ascension is a go, which is your newest one,
That's the newest one.
2024.
Yeah.
Rejection Election, which is also 2024. Is that correct?
Yeah. That was just an EP for because it was due around the general election time,
Mm.
and a friend of ours has joined another party, which is more of a socialist side than Labour are, shall we say? Don't want to go too deep into it, but we wanted to support him because he wanted just because you have to fund their party, and nominations. So we did that. Yeah, we released that for him specifically. We just took a few political edge songs and whacked out an EP. But
Right
yeah,
on.
we've got that. There's Versions Excursions, which was our 10th anniversary double CD album. And then I think it was Northern Gods before that. I should know. And then
Yeah.
Cradle.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Northern Gods 2023. You had the Magnificent Seven. How the West was left.
Well, that's a US only album. So yeah,
Ah, okay.
so,
You
sold
said
out. I know that's
Version
sold out at
Excursions
Supernova. Yeah, Virgin Excursions.
was the remix you said, and then the
Yep.
latest, and then the first one, Cradle to the Grave, right? That was your
Yeah, yeah, that was the very first one. That was more of a because we like every band starts out doing covers and stuff, and we made this plan to get tight, do a few covers, do a few sets of covers, get tight as a band, get to know each other a bit more. And then I said, after at least after 2 years, if we're still doing this, I'm leaving. And otherwise, I want to do my own stuff. So we said, right, we'll have a go. And that's what Cradle to Grave was. And it was an album pretty much built in the studio, really, because none of us had a real much clue what to do. Do you know? So we're always changing things on the fly and late nights and stuff like that. But that album's really, I mean, you know what it's like yourselves and stuff. There's a lot. You've probably done things where you think, yeah, that looks great, then you 5 years later you think, oh, I wish I could do that again.
Mm.
So it's a little bit like that as an artist. It's a bit like that, but yeah, the actual sort of theme of that was paying homage to how we grew up, what we grew up with, what made us what we are.
Mhm.
So, can you walk us through the writing process in creating these songs?
Yeah, yeah. It's so. Do you know what? I don't think there's anything as an artist. I don't think there's anything more wonderful than having this. I write lyrics. I don't compose, but we have composers in the band, and I do write a lot of lyrics. And so when when it pops out of your head one day, normally at 1 o'clock in the morning when you can't sleep and you type in on your phone, and then when you hear it finally mixed with a full soundtrack, it's one of the best things in the world ever. It really is. It's like it's the equivalent of us giving birth. It's this thing that starts in your head ends up on this disc. It's an amazing thing. It really is. I find it amazing even now. But normally what we do is, I'm like I said, there's the band at the moment. All six of us write. All six. It's just the amount of work we get. It's amazing, and because everybody's got a lot of their own different influences. You do get so many different angles on stuff, and that's what I love. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we're a ska band, but my heroes are the specials, and I don't believe in being confined to that box, which is just label ska. You can be ska influenced and move around it, bring in all the other influences. American bands are very good at that, and so that's what we try to do. So basically, what'll happen is Dave, who's our keyboard player and our producer, and he's a bit of a technique wizard. he's prolific. He comes up with all these demos and he says, "Have you got any lyrics? Have you got any lyrics?" Yeah, yeah, I'll send them. And then he'll put a vocal melody line down, send it back, and then we can share it with everybody else. And then so the brass guys will he might have brass on the track, but he might write his own, and just goes around like that. And then we just build every track like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then eventually what we try to do now is get it in the set early, so we're rehearsing it, play it live, get used to it. So when you do come to record it, bang, it's done in one take.
Mm,
Oh, wow. Awesome. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
all right. So on your website, your
Yep.
band is described as the ultimate party band. Can you please tell us what we can experience at a Scapone show? Because we know what we can experience because we've seen you a couple years ago.
That's
But
right. But
tell us about how it is in the UK.
I think the thing when we played in America in Supernova, we had people drop out, and so we had to have replacements, American replacements. So I feel as much as it was a great experience, I feel if I wish people could see the band as it is now, because we're the best we've ever been in my eyes. But yes, we are the ultimate party band, and you can expect lots of movement, lots of jokes, lots of swearing, and lots of music.
Sounds like
That's
a
a
good
British
time.
thing. Good old British stuff, yeah.
So, kind of piggybacking on that one, kind of the same question. Tell us about that whole experience with Supernova and Festival. Is it different or similar to ones in London?
Never. It's the best thing I've ever experienced, ever. I
Really?
mean, we hit it at a really good time, I think, because the lineup was phenomenal. I think that's probably Supernova's strongest lineup.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking legends, you're talking, you know, to play with the Untouchables, the Aggrolites, the Voodoo Glow Skulls, all these big names, and then, and it was like, yeah, it was crazy because I know Tim had a lot of trouble with getting British bands in. So when we turned up at the gate, we went, "Hello," and he went, "Please tell me you're the Skapones." I went, "Yeah, he has. Yeah, well, I've got one international band." I was like, "Yeah, we're here. Don't worry about it. We're here. We're here. Don't worry about us, mate." But and what I really loved about it more than anything else was the sort of camaraderie amongst everybody because coming from England where things are a little bit, with the scene and stuff, to go there and stand in a merchandise tent with all these, and we're all doing the same thing. All these bands are producing their own records, writing their own material, and we're just talking and talking, and the enthusiasm was infectious. It was just, and it was like that for 4 days, and the sun shone for 4 days, which was even better. So yeah, just the whole and the way we were looked after, and I've never had so many people from America shout my name, or I didn't even know who they were. Hey, well, go, that's the internet for you,
Yeah,
But
yeah,
but it was a great experience, and yeah, hopefully at some point, whenever in the future, we can do it again, but with the
Yeah,
with the full band what we've got now.
that is
yeah.
awesome. Yeah, it was a great time. I love seeing Tokyo Ska.
Oh, yeah,
Cool.
that's how did I miss them off? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and of course, Sister Nancy and
yeah.
Stranger Cole, of course. See some of these
He
guys.
was well when we were going back for something to eat. He was just sat outside. He was so he was as cool as he was in real life as he's on stage. You all right, man? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Holly Cook played
Holly
too.
Cook, yeah, well, she was really good.
Yeah,
She was a different groovy, as we
yeah.
say. She was really, really good. Professionalism was brilliant. Um,
I hadn't seen Bad Manners since the '90s, so that
well,
was
we
fucking
could see
was great to
we
see
could
him.
see Bad Manners every night of the week.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. We don't get that privilege.
Lucky.
In fact, we're playing with them in January. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
nice, nice.
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
cool.
So, but yeah, it was probably the best, just a moment in time that you'll never forget.
Yeah,
Just
great time.
brilliant. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, can you tell us about your new single, "The Fear"? What is the fear?
The
The
Fears
fear,
of the
behind you,
fear.
yeah.
the fear.
Daddy.
That's the video actually I've been doing. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
the fear is basically, I mean, you're suffering it as much as we are. The sort of governmental mainstream media crossover bullshit You don't know what's real anymore, and newspapers and any form of that sort of media where, it's almost like hypnosis where, and we see it in England a lot, especially politically at the moment with the right wing we're having trouble with, and it's devastating to see people be turning on each other just by sharing pictures. They don't understand sharing, what it comes from, where it comes from, what the source is. A lot of people don't check the source. It could be a 10-year-old picture, and this is now, and then all it takes. I mean, you all know how it goes. And I just think it's really, really sad that it's got everybody at each other's throats. And it's because the one thing I have learned traveling around and stuff like that is that, I've been to America and Europe, and everybody is the same. Everybody. We all want a good life. We all want a life where we have a job that pays decent money, where we have a family. You can bring your kids up and just enjoy life. That's all we
Yeah.
want. And everybody's the same. Everybody around the world is the same. But there are people who want to manipulate that to their own devices, and that's what we're seeing, and that's what the fear is all about. It's like, don't believe the hype and don't believe the bullshit that you see, because most of it's not true.
Right.
Yeah, we
Right.
gotta live it here in the U.S., unfortunately.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Yeah, I mean, you're keeping us entertained.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Hey,
he's
if it was
spraying
up to me, I wouldn't be entertaining you. There would be no
I don't blame
entertainment.
you. I don't blame you. Yeah. So
yeah,
get
he's
rid of it.
he's saying a lot of false things,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the picture of the MS-13 guy with the MNS-13.
yeah,
He thinks
yeah.
he actual tattoos, but it was a Photoshop. Yeah,
Photoshop, what it?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was
I
Photoshop.
think he did it. I'm not sure, but I think he may have started on Fishbone last night. I think
He did.
he
Yeah,
He
did.
did.
yeah. He said
Shipping him out. He wanted to ship him out to El Salvador, I think.
yeah, he said that. He said we'll send it back to El Salvador or something because he didn't like the racist piece of shit song they wrote about him.
I don't know what's wrong with that. I don't know what his problem is.
Wow. Yeah.
He said he
Crazy
doesn't even
guy.
know who this band is,
And that's the thing again. I think the times we're living in, like in the United States and the United Kingdom as well, and most of Western Europe, it's music. Music should be. I'm not from that thing where, I don't. I do. We've done love songs and stuff, but I don't really like love songs. And so mainstream pop, it just makes me baff, right? And because every song's recycled all over and over again. But so music should make you edgy, and
Yeah.
it should make you squirm in your chair and make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. I think
Mhm.
'cause it's a great media to do that, and a lot of people don't like it in the face, and I get that. I can understand that completely.
Mhm.
Um, but I come from an era when I was brought up. We had Thatcher coming into power in Britain, and she destroyed the country, and we're still living her legacy now. And my favorite band are the Specials, and one of the most political bands you'll find anywhere.
Mhm.
And and so you use your influences, and that's I don't want we can. I mean, why? I mean, you sing about what you know and what you've experienced in life, And okay, I'm getting on a little bit, shall we say? But I'm still angry about a lot of things, and that drives you. The Tory song I wrote on Cradle to Grave. I wrote that the lyrics in 10 minutes because I was pissed off at seeing Boris Johnson's face all over the TV. So that's what I'm saying. That it creates that energy, you know. Um, and I just think it should. I don't know if you've been following the story in the States, but the band Kneecap.
No,
It's an Irish band.
I don't know.
Yeah, the pro. They've been some like pro Gaza and things like that, and they're an Irish band and they're rappers, but they've been taken off a lot of festivals and stuff like that. And I find it so sad that music, which has always been quite subversive, you go back to 200 years, it's been subversive. Folk
Mhm.
songs, it's all subversive, you know, uh, and like people like Woody Guthrie and people like that, and now music's been silenced. Anything that's political has been silenced, and it's a sign of the times we live in.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I know the Porkers had a song they wrote about Trump, big baby man or something.
Oh,
And the
I
video
love.
of it is
Well,
hilarious.
I speak to Pete Parker quite a lot. Me and him get on really well, and I was like that. Oh, Well done.
He was at Supernova too that year.
He was.
Yeah.
He came up to me and he said, "I've got your T-shirt." I said, "But it doesn't fit." But didn't. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
a
got
good
to
guy.
hang out with Pete for about a week in '95
Oh,
when he came out here. Yeah, it was like one of his first trips to America.
they're great guys. I love them to pieces.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
Yes.
I think Jose, I think it's you, right? Oh no, it's me.
No, it's yours. Yeah,
Okay.
it's yours.
So another single that you have, Windrush, has such a like
Yeah.
a sailing type of vibe, like a feel.
Mm, mm.
Can you also tell us about the Windrush Foundation, and how this is something that's close to the band?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all, especially in England, and I say it when we do the song live. I always say this that you've all stood there wearing your Madness and Specials t-shirts, or your Bob Marley t-shirt, or your reggae t-shirt, or your ska t-shirt, and I said, but you wouldn't be wearing that if it wasn't for the Empire Windrush coming to British shores. I mean, although that came in '47, it was the next generation that brought, they'd been listening to their parents' music at home, and then they brought it and mixed it with, um, mixed it with English mod music and rock music, and that's how and that's how ska, British ska specifically, comes together, and so it's that important. The whole thing is that important that you wouldn't have had anything. You probably wouldn't have even heard of Bob Marley, in this country. So God knows how we probably wouldn't even be sat here talking about it, to be fair. But so yeah, so it's a huge thing, and over here again, politically, the Windrush generation, some of them actually been deported. It's terrible. It's been absolute, and they've been in the country 47 years. Work that one out.
Yeah.
It's been awful, and so we thought the Windrush Foundation basically looks after that generation and their children and stuff like that, and does events, sort of information events and stuff like that. And I think it's vital, these things continue and continue to thrive and continue to inform people, because it's the lack of information that causes the ignorance, and the only way we can get around it is by getting together and talking about it, you know. And stuff like that. We've had a couple of run-ins with people when we sing it and stuff, and for whatever reason, and once you sit down and talk to them, it's I understand people's insecurities. I understand why they feel like they do, but it's the way they direct it, and so you say, well, get up. It's just, yeah, it's like that. So, but that Windrush is quite an important song, and it was our best ever selling song as well, because it actually got in the official charts, which is great, So,
Yeah, I got a song about that later, or a question about that one later.
Well, talking about more about songs, how about the song "Won't Be Beat" on your Ascension album?
oh,
Can you tell us about that one a bit? What
I
does it
love
mean
doing
to you?
it. What it means to us, I love doing
Yeah.
it on full,
Yes.
because I'm passionate about what I write, and although I didn't write this one, it was our previous guitarist George.
Uh-huh.
It was about when COVID was around, especially in this country, and we were all in lockdown. I mean, you had the same things, but over here we had the scandal with the Tory party holding parties and stuff like that, while everybody was kept away from each other. Over here, people couldn't visit relatives that were dying, that sort of thing. But they were all partying, in the same room and doing this and doing that, traveling around the country doing their own thing. And it's about that. And I was angry about it then, I'm angry about it now. So it is our angriest song we do live, and I really go for it. I really
I
go.
love the song, man. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to be honest with you, we were like a lot of bands, really. And I include the specials in this, where a lot of bands are far better live act than they are as a recording act. And then that's probably us, Um, I like the raw. I just love live music and the rawness of it, and so that song fits in there really, really well, and it takes people by it's because it's fast as well. It's really fast. So we come and we do all these nicey songs like Windrush Land, and everyone's singing along. And you say, right, smack him in the face. There you go.
That's with the thing. Yeah.
Smack him in the face. Yeah,
Yeah. Excellent song, bro. Yeah.
It is.
man.
Now I got a question about what the area is like where you live in the T Valley of Northeast England.
Yeah, the Tees Valley. Well, it's beautiful. It's a gateway to the coast. It's a gateway to the moors and the dales and the countryside. And we're 2 hours from Scotland. We're 4 hours from London by road. Um, it's not very big, Britain, by the way. It's not very big. We can get from one end into the about 6 hours. But um, but yeah, where we are is specifically. Now I'm looking at my windows now, and I've got 20 miles of fields that way. It's brilliant.
Oh, that's
Trees.
beautiful.
Yeah, it is. And the video we filmed for the Fear, we had a guy come in with a drone, so you get to see a bit of the countries. I mean, it's a bit distorted with the effects I put on, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful place. And we're sort of where we're actually based in Darlington is a small market town between York and Newcastle. So Newcastle's about 35 minutes. That's one of the biggest cities up here.
Mm.
So, like you said, if we're playing local, it's only about half an hour each way, no matter where you go. So it's really good. But unfortunately, we don't play local quite a lot. We play 6 hours that way.
So like
It's really
Newcastle,
good.
is that the beer company also?
Yeah, like Newcastle Brown. Yeah,
Yeah.
Newcastle
Oh,
Brown.
Newcastle. Yeah.
yeah.
Newcastle
Okay.
Brown. That's where it comes from. But the bottle of dog, as they call it up here,
What
The
do you call it?
the
Bottle dog?
bottle of dog.
bottle of
Bottle
dog.
dog. Why that?
Well, I'm not from here. I'm from 50 miles down south. I'm from York. So I'm in North Yorkshire, so I'm a Yorkshireman. So I have no idea.
Oh,
Is it like the different regions just have different ways that people speak, or
Oh, this is the fant. I love people and I love accents and I love where people. I find in America listening to different accents and stuff. I love it.
yeah?
And here you only have to. I mean, I'm in Darlington now, and York is 40 minutes that way. But my wife doesn't understand what I say, and she's from up here. What are you on
And
about?
maybe
It's like,
that's a good thing.
well, I can get away with it. I can get away with a lot. But but yeah, she's because I talk a lot of my old slang from because I'm from a council estate, because I would grow up on an estate, and we all talk this slang um and some of the she's like, what are you talking about? No, So anyway, but yeah,
Like,
but it's
yeah,
like that. And it's like that everywhere you go around here. You can go another 20 minutes up the road and it changes again. That's how
yeah.
good it is.
Mm.
Yeah.
And there's a an accent or a dialect or something called Cockney, right?
Oh, that's the Londoners.
Oh, the Londoners are Cockney. Is there like a certain part like where they
I think
speak?
they do. I think it's. I thi- I'm not quite sure, but I think you got to born between the ring and the peal of Bow Bells in London, or something weird like that. That's their thing. That's the Southerners. We don't care about them, to be honest.
Yeah, the only thing I really know about London is American Werewolf in London movie.
Great film. What a film.
I love that's one of my favorites. I met the guys at a Comic-Con last year.
Did you?
I,
Oh
I got
wow.
I got to take a picture of them.
Oh
Do you want to show? Oh, it's in the thing. Huh?
yeah. Show me. Show me.
I have the whole thing. I'll
Well, the
get it for
actual
you. I'll look
well
it up.
the countryside shots were in Yorkshire, where I come from.
Is it really?
Yeah, Ilkley Moor and all around there. Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can find it right now while I'm doing this.
I love stuff like this.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
do that.
here it is. I found it. So
You got it.
here's
Yeah.
a picture of me and the guys. The hell? Oh, here it is.
Oh my word.
And my girlfriend was so
Brilliant.
awesome to be dressed as the werewolf in the back.
That's brilliant. Wow.
Isn't that
Oh,
awesome?
I love stuff like that.
So yeah, I got to see the panels with Griffin Dunn and David Naughton
Brilliant.
and meet them and do that. It was great. I was
Oh,
like,
I can imagine. Yeah.
that's my favorite horror movie of all time.
It's
So
a
it was
cracker.
awesome to do that. Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, it's perfect. That's my sort of thing. I do that.
Yeah.
I look for stuff like that all the time. Yeah.
So basically that's what I know about London. The moors
To be fair, it's all you need to
moors.
know. It's all you need to know.
So, do you ever cover early ska or reggae tracks in your live shows? If so, how do you choose which classics to play tribute to?
I think we've done Guns N' Roses, the Scatlights,
Mhm.
but we sort of did the special style, the sort of faster version. mixed it. But we had some jazz players in our band as well, so we go through a saxophone solo. So it's very scatterlighty mixed with a special sound sort of thing. So jazz
Uh,
solo, saxophone solo, trumpet solo. But and then we did Long Shot Get the Bucket for a while. The
Mm.
Skinhead, that was we called it the Skinhead Symphony, which was of course was the B side of the specials Too Much Too Young. Um, so that's probably we no, I lie. Years ago, we did a speeded up fast ska version of the Israelites. So,
Oh, Desmond
which I,
Decker.
yeah, which I really love doing. I was saying to the lads we should bring it back because it's great.
Yeah.
As an encore at least, something like that. But yeah, so they're probably, yeah, the only ones we've ever done, I think.
okay.
Simply because we come from the two-tone era, and
Mhm.
I buy original ska music and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, original reggae and stuff like that. But it's my first love. So
Mm,
Yeah.
of
music's my
course.
first love.
So you guys have an Irish tour coming up this year.
Oh, we're just back. We're just back.
Oh, you're
Oh,
just
back
back.
from
I
the.
Yeah.
got it.
Wow, that
Tell us
was
about that.
brilliant. That was brilliant. That was just awesome. Um, we had a bit of a panic at the sort of the week of the before we went because the promoter pulled a show in Belfast, which causes a headache. But there's some wonderful people in this world, and within 20 minutes of him cancelling, we had a gig somewhere else.
Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
and to be fair to the promoter, he did pay us our fee. So we just said to these people, look, well, we'll play for nothing. We've got a fee. We've already been paid, so we're there. There's no point
Right.
just sitting in a hotel room. So, and it was proper backstreet Belfast, you know what I mean? And there was, yeah, it was wonderful. And it's the first time I've ever been to Belfast. Lovely city, lovely people, and just again, just how Northern Ireland's had its troubles more than all about Northern Ireland and stuff, and um,
Just from the cranberries.
well, that as well. I forgot about the Cranberries, yeah, but and the Undertones and everybody else, but yeah, so it was wonderful, and the place was packed on the night and stuff like that, and they took us to a traditional Irish pub where it's none of the tourists go, that sort of thing, and they were playing all the little drums and fiddles. It's a great experience. So Belfast was fantastic, and then we went down to Dundalk, which is just over the border in the Republic, and again, just a beautiful town, beautiful people, great venue. Sold a lot of merchandise that night, but then we went down to Dublin the day after to play at the Dublin Scarfest, which we were headlining, and that was just off the scale, man. I tell you, people just packed, and again, we saw lots and lots of merchandise, and it was one of them things, and I tend to not drink so much anymore, but after the end of a tour, I sort of treat myself, and it was like because you can feel everything just go, you can you can just calm
Yeah.
down. So we had a great laugh, and yeah, it was wonderful, and we can't, and they want us to go back, and we'll go to different places, and um, again, just wonderful, wonderful people, and we're so welcoming, and we can't thank him enough. He was such a great. When we all come back and we're all smiling, something's gone right.
Yeah. Do you go and see some of the old bands like the Deltones and Potato Five because they've been playing around?
Well, funnily enough, I'm also a promoter, and I
Oh,
run a festival down south on the south coast every year, and in England. And last year we had Potato Five. This year on the Friday night we've got the Deltones headlining, so I'm really looking forward to it. We've had Maroon Town. We've had all the
Oh yeah, Maroontown.
yeah, we've got Maroon Town. We've actually got the Crumbies coming from the United States, from
Oh yeah.
Chicago. Yeah,
oh,
experience, and they're very popular with us lot. We've got some French bands, Scarface coming. We've got Mark Foggo playing. So
Oh
we've got
yeah.
yeah,
She's
yeah,
got
yeah.
two legs and they work the same.
That's the one.
I have a lot of
Stopping.
see my when I first got into ska, it was first like Bim Scala Bim, Toasters,
Oh,
bands like that, and then I got into German,
yeah.
English,
You're doing
Australian.
the
So
same
I
as
know
me. Yeah,
like all those bands out in Europe, and
that's
I'd
it.
love to see them one day.
Well, you've done the sort of same things I did, because again, it's that progressive thing. So when sort of Two Tone sort of died out in early to mid 80s.
Mhm.
Then we had a little bit of a gap, a little bit of a little bit of a boom, shall we say, with the Loafers, the Deltones,
Oh, the
Potato
Loafers.
Five, yeah, exactly, and
Yeah, the
stuff like that.
Flower Dew Brothers still going
Yeah,
strong too.
all right, yeah, and then so then after and from there that's how I did it. I went into Europe and stuff like that, Moonscar Europe and all that sort of thing, and the Toasters. And it's really weird being really good friends with Dan Vitale now, because he's a hero,
Yeah.
man. Bim Scalabim were my favorite American band at the time. And he came up and we did Laurel Aitken. When my band played at the festival, we did Sahara together, Laurel
Yeah,
Aitken
nice.
Sahara. So me and Dan, I'm looking around going, this is mental. This is Dan Vitale. It's Dan Vitale, what's going on? But yeah, it was great. And so, yeah, I love all those sort of bands and all the 90s stuff as well. It's and we've had Evan Bardwell come down with his band Subject A. Now, Evan, of course, was in the Skanksters, which were big in Britain at the time in the 90s.
Yeah, I have
All
one of their
original,
albums.
yeah, all original stuff,
Yeah,
and so, good times. The 90s were really actually quite good because it was a massive scene, but it was underground. So, and there was no internet and stuff like that. So everybody knew when you went to a concert, everybody was going to be there. You knew everybody was going to be there. It was,
yeah.
and we still
You guys
we
have
still see each other now.
you guys also have the Meow Meows out there, right?
Yeah, in Brighton. Yeah, Meow Meows. I've had them at my festival as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're great.
yeah, they're great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And what
They're
are
good.
what are the name of your festivals? What are the names?
The one I call well, I run the Specialized project, which is a ska and reggae based charitable project, and I've been doing it for
Yeah,
14 years.
yeah, we know
And
it.
what we do is we raise funds for a lot of different things, like mainly Teenage Cancer Trust. But we spread it across like cot death and stillborn, and we support an orphanage in Uganda. We buy them food and fix boreholes and things like that for them and stuff like that, so they can remain sort of independent because they get no backing from their own government. So that's nice that we can do things like that. And then we have these little satellite events around the country every year. We promoters do specialized events and we just raise money from those shows. Then we have this one called the Big One, which is the main festival that I was on just been talking about. And we've had some, being a promoter and doing it every year, you forget how many big acts you've had through the door. We had the specials, the specials family headlining last year, which was Lynn
Mhm.
Val Golden. It was like a huge tribute to Terry Hall and John Bradbury, and I don't think it was a dry eye in the house when he finished, but
Oh,
it was amazing. And yeah, we've had lots of American bands through. Yeah, we've had the Toasters, Dan Vitale's been. We've had the Crombies. We've had Rude Boy. Was it Rude Boy George? I think they call themselves. Used to be
yeah.
Bigger Tops. Yeah, I think they're the Fenzik now.
Yep,
Yeah, we had them over. We've had Rude Girl Review.
yep. We just
Yeah, we've had
interviewed them
we've
last week.
yeah we've had Stop the Presses.
Yep.
Um,
Yes.
yeah, we've had the Scotch Bonnets. So
Uh,
yeah, we've had a few. Yeah, it's been
Kristen's
good.
band.
Yeah, Kristen's great. Yeah, she's great.
So for the Specialized project, you have that new compilation coming out, the Femme.
Femme, her anthem.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, yeah. Well, that's coming on really well, really, really, really well. And
we
again,
were
we're
we
special.
were we were going to submit a tune. The band I manage called the Goodwin Club.
Yeah, yeah.
We had a "Shake It Up" by Taylor Swift for the cover. For that, we have it all set to send, but I heard another band is doing that instead. So
They're not there. Oh, that's a
yeah, a band called Rude Beard or something, or
Rude Beard. Yeah. No, they're a band and a half. Yeah, they're from Scotland. Yeah.
yeah, they were already in the studio or something doing it. But if you ever need another version of it, we have one
Well, now I know where there is one.
all set and
Yeah.
ready.
It's sounding really good at the moment, actually. It's sounding really, really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a friend of mine, Mike Taglieri, he lives on the East
Yeah.
Coast, went
Oh,
out to
Mike. Yeah.
one of those festivals where I guess where Potato Five last played, and he got me the 7-inch that they were selling of the new songs.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
And
that was pretty
you've got
awesome.
that, have you? Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I got
That's
that. Yeah, I
great.
try to
Yeah.
collect as much as I can so I could just blow my money on
Yeah,
things that.
I've got no space left. I mean, it's getting worse. My vinyl's leaning against my bedroom drawers now because there's no space
Yeah.
to put it. Because because vinyl over here, I don't know what it's like in the States, but vinyl over here is boomed again. It's massive. It's surpassing CDs. But the record companies have cottoned on, so they're re-releasing things and they're doing it like remastering it, but on a slow version, so you get two albums Do you know what I mean? Not the
Yeah.
one, you get two, so they can stick the price up to £40. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But you know, as a collector, you go buy it because you've got to.
Yeah.
And as the specialized project, you guys on the music that you release a lot of like the ones of like the Rat Pack or
Yeah,
just different like the 80s. There was an 80s one. You guys have
yeah,
a bunch of different ones. And your instrumental, is that your baby too?
yeah, yeah. All that is, yeah, yeah. All that is it's just like we've got our own little record label, and we actually put out the last special single, when the When a Light Goes Out, which is released.
Cosa Nostra? Is that what it's called?
Oh no, Cosa Nostra. That's a special away Skapones one. That's separate from everything else.
Oh, got it.
That's why I've got two. I just realised, yeah, I've got two.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, we've got Specialized Records, and that released the last special single, and that's gone really, really well. Can't keep up with orders, and I think we haven't got too many left now, so it'd be great, you know. And it went to number one in the UK Heritage charts this week, which has got some big hitters in it.
Yeah.
And yeah, we do all the artwork for it and stuff like that. And we've been putting out packs of, you know, t-shirts and hoodies, and so it's been really, really full on for quite a long time. So since March. So yeah, we've had a few more orders today, I think. So I'll better crack on.
Yeah. Awesome.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
That's great.
Now, I heard some of the Scapone members are also in this one band called, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this one, Pio 6? Patio 6?
Don't think, not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
Which band is it?
I don't know.
How's it pronounced?
It's
How's it spelled?
Patois 6. Patio 6.
No, no, it's not us.
No?
Oh, this is something they're not telling me.
Okay,
No.
maybe that's
No,
okay.
But you guys are playing in a couple months with the Scatolites, right? Out there?
We've done the Skylights. That's been done. That's been
That
done. We
that
did a
has
full-
been done?
Yeah, I did a full tour of the Skylights.
The
Yeah, it
full
was
tour?
pretty good.
Okay, I thought that was
Yeah.
in July coming up.
No, it was actually last year. Same July last year it was.
I guess I'm a year
Um,
behind.
It doesn't matter. It happens. But hopefully we'll do it again with them because it was a great experience, you know. And they're great players. And I've known Ken for quite a while. Ken Stewart.
Yeah. I think Ken's pretty much the only one that was there with any of the original members, actually.
Yeah, that's right. He is.
Yeah.
But there was Val Douglas on bass. Now he's a legend, and Vin Gordon, the trombonist, who was like just the best thing in the world. I could sit and talk to him all day long, all
Yeah.
day long. You know, he's such a wonderful human being. And again, when I had a festival in this country, I've had Vin, you know, bring your band, bring your band. I always do
Yeah.
this, you know, and I don't forget. But yeah, just one of the things where everybody was great and it just bounced along. We got to play some great venues and what have you. You know, it's like we're in 2019 we played with the Specials as well, which for us, well, I mean, it was just like that's it, innit? We could just
Yeah.
retire. We could
Yeah.
just stop. You know, they're our heroes, you know, and it's like, oh, this is just crazy, you know.
Yeah.
And we've toured with Dave Wakeling's version of the beat, the English beat. Did 12 shows with Dave in this country. So and we're playing on the Madness Festival this year again, the House of Fun, which is in November. So
Yeah.
we get to see Madness again.
Yeah. You can see them right there on his shirt.
There they are. Have you
just
seen
saw-
them while they've been? Have you seen them?
Yeah, I
Okay.
saw him in Vegas. That's where I got this shirt.
Oh,
See?
right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Wicked, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we just saw Linville on Saturday.
Was he with the Agrolites?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we just saw him
Yeah.
at the in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Was he good? Was he good?
Yes, very good.
The man has got an everlasting battery. That man, I tell you, I don't know how he does it. He does, honestly. He's me. I call him my dad.
Yeah. Now, from a performance standpoint, how do you
Yeah.
keep a live ska show tight and energetic? Any rituals before hitting the stage?
I think I wouldn't say we have rituals as such, but I do notice what goes on sometimes. So like I notice the guitarist will go wandering on his own away from everybody, and I'm like, and I've got a very keen eye. I see everything, right?
Yeah.
And so it's obviously, I think he's obviously preparing himself. It's every show, so that's what he does. Whether it's subconscious or not, I don't know, but that's what he does. Me, I get that. I get the butterflies still, which I think
Yeah.
is great. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
great. I don't want that to stop, and I think if it stops, then I'm in trouble. But
yeah,
um, when we played last time we played with Madness, there was like 5,000 people, and we were going on, and I was literally I had so much nervous energy. I was bouncing off the walls. Literally, I was banging from wall to wall. And it's
yeah,
going, what's the matter with you? I'm going, I don't know. It was, but as rituals, not so much. But to keep it tight, rehearsal is
Mhm.
massive. You have to rehearse, and you have to be strict with it, and that's what sets us apart. And one of the lot of people say about us is how tight are you lot? And that shows in some of the songs we do live because we have a lot of dead stops, and then they start again really quickly, and everybody has to be on point for that, you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Uh, and and that's what it is. Rehearsal, rehearsal, rehearsal. That's what we do. We do it once a week. When we play with Madness, we'll be up in rehearsal till probably probably three times a week, just so we're ultra polished.
yeah.
So when we go out there, we're gonna give Madness a run for the money, basically.
Right.
That's the
Yeah, you
idea.
got to. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to, yeah. But that's about it, really. Yeah, so I'm trying to think if anybody else has anyone. Yeah, probably a pint of beer for everybody else. That's about it.
Yeah. Some beers. Oh, you gotta have some
Yeah,
beer, right?
always, always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what bands did you first hear about when you learned about the ska genre?
Well, obviously, the specials but Two Tone was actually just bursting when I was at that age, you know. So the specials were the first and foremost, and then I knew what was going on because, there was Madness and there was all this. It was just everywhere. I mean, and when I mean
Mhm.
everywhere, it was everywhere, to the point where you could go to a different town, and if you saw somebody with the two-tone badge and they saw you when you sort of like, you'd have a wink and you didn't even know who they were, but it's that sort of thing. But so yeah, the two-tone first, and the specials are my favorite, and the rest are just underneath. Do you know what I mean?
Hey,
The Snakes
exactly.
and the Madness, the Beat, and Body Snatchers. There's I don't have a preference for that lot, um, but the specials for me, I don't know what it is about them. I think with the specials, I was that age where it was sort of like when you're sort of discovering yourself, you're discovering what you are and who you are. And I think, they had attitude, they had this cocky swagger, took no prisoners, had lots to say, and it just caught me at that right age. So now I just thought this is what I want to aspire to. I want to I want to be like that. I want to be not frightened of saying what you not saying no, not frightened what you think, but it's sort of like pointing out what's the injustices, because they do get brushed over, and that's what we try to do even now, even now, and I always laugh when people say, "Oh, I don't like politics in my ska music," and I'm like, "Ska is political. You're a lunatic. What's the matter with you? It's a rebel music for crying out loud.
Mhm.
It's political. It is just by its birth. It's political."
Yeah.
But that's for an argument for another day.
Yeah. So, have there ever been any unexpected challenges on the road? For example, equipment mishaps or lineup changes? And
Um,
how did you handle
heart attack normally, but
Oh,
it's no. I think the worst thing we've had. Yeah, we were we were let down for a show by our former guitarist just before we lobbed
oh,
him out. Yeah, and we had to find a replacement. But we were headlining the show,
mhm.
and it's a charity show, and we had to find somebody. We looked to the bands that were playing there, and I said, "Listen, we just need an offbeat. We'll sort the rest out." You know. So we had that to deal with. We managed to get through. Um, and then we've had just stuff like breakdowns, on the motorway because sometimes we don't all travel together sometimes, and
Yeah. Car's
and,
always breaking down, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
you'll say, well, "Where are they?" And then you're texting on the group chat and then no answer, and then someone will say like an hour later, "Oh, we broke down. We'll be all right." And I'm like, "What does that mean? You got an hour to show time. What do you mean you're
Oh
going to be all
man.
right?" That's good, but basically we've been quite lucky.
Yeah.
Although when we were on tour with the Scatlites, the car we were traveling, which had a lot of equipment in, broke down at 1 a.m. in the middle of
Oh.
nowhere on the motorway, and there was no lights, no nothing. And eventually we managed to get the car going, but it would only travel at 10 miles an hour.
Oh
so,
wow.
so we were traveling along the motorways, which are 70 miles an hour at top, well, 70 tops. And then We were merging with motorways at 10 miles an hour. Oh my God, it was yeah, scary.
Oh wow, what was the issue with the vehicle? Do you
It
remember?
was no, it was just a filter, a fuel
Filter?
filter, but
Oh, gas filter, fuel filter.
yeah,
I mean,
something like that. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Literally 100 quid,
Yeah, get flogged. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But we've been lucky.
yeah. There, you want to ask?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what
Now,
we.
yeah, I want to know about this collaboration that you have with Detroit Rhythm Crew.
Well, I
How
mean,
does that? How'd that all come about?
well, I got to know Eric, who's like the head honcho, and I think he does so much for in Detroit. He does when we toured there, he put a show on in Detroit, and we
Hmm.
played on it with what's his other band? Detroit Rhythm Crew. What's his other band? I should know. I'm terrible. He's
Killer
got a lot
Diller?
of bands. Yeah, he's got that one. And what's the other one? I'm sure it was. I can't remember his name now. Oh, Jay Navarro, the Traitors, wasn't it? That was it.
Oh,
He played.
okay, that's
He
right.
plays with Jay Navarro, um, from the Suicide Machine. So, and they played with us in Detroit as well. And we just got and then through Specialized, I brought him into Specialized, so he recorded a few tracks from that. We got sharing things. We brought him over. Actually, that's the other band we brought up. We brought the Detroit Rhythm Crew over. Oh no, sorry, no, it was Jay Navarro and the Traitors. That's right. So we brought them over, and it's gone on from there. When our trumpet player said he couldn't do Supernova, I said, Eric, do you want to play trumpet? He said, yeah, I'll play trumpet. So that way, so it's been good like that, and we've had him over to DJ, and he's a lovely guy. I know he's had his health problems recently, which was quite frightening, but he's over that now. So I'm just glad he's looking fit and well. And so when they said, "Well, do you want to do a single together?" So I said, "Yeah, yeah, of course we will." So we sent them a track, and they put it out on their label. And I think they printed the vinyl at the same plant that Motown was printed at. I'm sure that's what he said. So that it's sort of a nice thing to have to tell people. But and then so we said, "Oh well, we'll reciprocate. We'll release one over here." So we did a lovely, nice red 7-inch vinyl, and released it here and all across all the other formats as well. So um, it's a lovely little partnership. We haven't done anything together for a while, so maybe we need to revisit that.
Yeah.
So, when you bring in new members or collaborators, what qualities do you look for to fit the band's chemistry?
I think first and foremost, and we say this to everybody that comes in,
Uh,
is that if you want to be involved, it'll take your life over, which is what it does. It, the way we run and the way we've always run has always been like that because we're just talking about being tight and rehearsal and how it all works, and you have to be on that same level. We've had a few people come in late and they've just realised that the workload is just too much
too
for them.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I understand that it's no problem whatsoever, and we just say, well, you're here now. So what we need you to do is play until we get someone to replace you, which we do. We've been very lucky again, and we sort of do it pretty quick. Um, and we've had some wonderful people play for us and stuff like that. So it has to be. You have to be dedicated. You have to be committed. You have to be reliable, and you do really have to have. You need to be a team player because that's how everything works. If you're not,
Right.
you know what I mean. It's the same in anything, isn't it?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And you need you need a big sense of humor. That's what you need. You
Yeah.
know.
All
Um,
right.
so yeah, so basically that's what it is. Committed, reliable, secure
Mhm.
people.
Yeah. I bet that's kind of hard to find sometimes.
Sometimes it is. Yeah, sometimes it is. There's a couple of sites we use in England called one's called Join My Band, and the other one's called Bandmix, and we get quite a lot of stuff through them as
Oh,
well.
okay.
Because you can actually pinpoint the areas you want to, when you put an advert up or whatever, you can pinpoint areas. We've been really, really lucky. Or you can put a shout out on Facebook.
Mhm.
Uh, you know, um, and at the moment we've just got Tom in on guitar. Well, no, Tom's been with us since October last year, possibly. He was great because he said to him, "Here's 40 tracks. Go off and have a listen to them all." And here's all the keys and chords to them. Uh,
Ah,
we'll call you in a couple of weeks for rehearsal. We'll do a few, and then we said, "I'll tell you what. No, just ask him to come in." So we asked him to come in, and he'd been doing it 3 days. He'd only been trying for 3 days, and he did 10 songs or something like that. So it was a great start. And he's a very
nice.
quick. He's a really good learner, and he's pretty much picked things up straight away. Adds got some nice touches as well. So we're happy with what we've got at the moment, and the band's in a really good place. And that's
Yeah.
because we have the key people in, you know.
Right. Mhm. Yeah. Now, is there any song in your catalog that holds a special personal meaning? For example, about a family member or a pivotal life event? And can you share that backstory?
But for me personally, The Girl Inside, which is on the first album, and it was
Mm,
also the single that was released for Detroit Rhythm Crew in the States. Um, that was written about my daughter, who sadly passed away since, and
mm.
um,
So sorry.
she people choose paths in life, right or wrong, and she got involved with drugs, and but I couldn't live with the fact. Then we fell out, as it happens. We fell out, but I couldn't live with every time you got an early morning phone call or a late night phone call, you were expecting the police to say we've found her or whatever. And
Mhm.
it was driving me insane.
Um,
And I find writing lyrics very cathartic, putting stuff out of your head on a piece of paper. So it sort of removes it from your brain and sticks it elsewhere. And and I just thought, do you know what? I can't live life like this anymore. So I wasn't sleeping or anything like that. And I just thought, do you know what? I wrote a song called "The Girl Inside," and if you listen to the lyrics again, you'll now you know what it's about. You'll find a different feel for it.
Mm.
Um, and then so basically, the song's about, look, I can't live my life this anymore. I'm still your dad. If you don't want to talk to me, that's up to you. But there's a line in the sand I'm drawing there, and I'm not crossing that anymore. But I'll always be here for you. But you'll have to come to that line. But
Mhm.
I'll always be here. If you want me, no matter what, I'll still be here. And that's what it's about. And uh and yeah, and because unfortunately it wasn't drugs that damaged, she actually became drug free, but she got cancer. So
oh,
and she was only young, she was only 29. And um yeah, and it was grim time, but I've tried to write a song about that, but I can't. And to be honest with you, I'm not really bothered. I was trying to You can try too hard sometimes. I think you can try too hard sometimes. But the girl inside was so instinctive and felt how I felt at the time. So I'll just leave it with that one because I personally think it's a great song as well. You
oh,
know.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sorry to go from one sad subject to another, but
All
I
right.
wanted you to tell us about your friend Terry Hall and your relationship with him.
Ah, Terry was great. He was, yeah, he was definitely a one-off. Definitely a one-off, and he was, he had his own troubles throughout his life, especially mental health issues. But when the specials reformed, he'd found a good place and he was on the right medication, allowing him to be able to function as a normal human being. And the band got reformed. And I used to run the specials online fan base, and I've also been there. I've done their biography as well, which the new version comes out in November. And
Mhm.
nice plug, but uh, but
Plug away.
but it's yeah, he just. Terry was really good. Terry would compartmentalize his relationships, so he was like, your relationship with him would be different to whoever else. Do you know what I mean? And he wouldn't talk about them or whatever. He was very like that.
Mhm.
Um, but he's a wonderful. He was really funny. I know people say, he was miserable, but he was the least miserable, one of the least miserable people I know. And he would do it for fun half the time. He wouldn't smile just because, why, he liked to be, and he was again, he could be vicious with his tongue. I've seen some things, I tell you. I've seen a lot of things. My first ever image of him was when I went to see the specials in 1980 when I was only about 13, and I was late getting there, and I walked in, the band had already started, and my first image, I looked up, and he was taking a microphone stand to a bouncer. So it was. His love affair started right there, I think. So,
Wow.
um, but yeah, he was, and when John Bradbury died, he came to me to put out his own personal statement, which I thought was an amazing thing to do, and to be asked to do that was well, one of the best honours ever.
Right.
And when we went on tour with him, he'd agreed to have us, and stuff like that, and he was, um, and I was very lucky to be invited to his funeral, which was really. Really, really nice. He played all his sort of. There wasn't much stuff. There was like a couple of Fun Boy 3 songs played and one special song, I think, and the rest was like his own. Like he liked a lot of Bobby Goldsboro, and that sort of thing, and the Righteous Brothers and stuff like that. And the funeral was more about him as a father and a friend to people than it was a musician.
Mm.
And it was really, really touching. Really, really touching. Um, yeah, and it's just I find it strange growing up with him as well, because I have grown up with him and I've collected all every specials member I do have their alternate careers on whatever they've done. I've collected. I said, we're on about collecting. So I've got all of the Colourfield Fun Boy 3 and all the solo stuff, and so you do grow with him, and they become your friends, and then when they do actually become your friends, it's a very weird situation. But
Hmm.
um, but he was just lovely. He was just very, very thoughtful, um, and people like him leave big holes in the world, that will never get filled. And
Yeah.
you know, um, and to think we'll never see him again is bizarre.
Mm.
It's just totally bizarre. Yeah, and the ride, because the special's been on tour and stuff like that. It was just a wild ride, these last 10 years or 15 years it was since the reunion. It's just, I've seen him in Europe, I've seen him all over, and it was, yeah. So it's a shame the rides had to stop, but um, and it was just we couldn't believe it. It was just a shock. It was a massive shock. I mean, Linval phoned me up and said, "Are you sat down?" Because my daughter got cancer at the same time, and he said Terry's dying. I went, well, I just seen them. I'd literally seen them 8 weeks before at a big festival, not too far from his house. And he
Mhm.
looked great. He was chatting away and stuff like that. And he was gone within 10 weeks from
Yeah,
diagnosis to death. I've never seen anything like it.
yeah.
Um, yeah, it's crazy, crazy, but a
I
lovely
got
man.
I got the opportunity to see, I guess, one of the last shows here that they played in America. They did a free show at the Jimmy Kimmel show, and
Yes, Jimmy Kimmel. Yay!
I
That's a
don't
great
take many
picture.
pictures with artists, but he's one of them I had to get.
You have to, yeah.
So
He's just one of these. He's iconic, and that's the thing, you
yeah, he
know.
was out there smoking, so I said, I got to get a picture with you, Terry. Please let me get a picture.
Yeah. He ended up going to the vaping machine after that. So he gave up smoking.
Here's
So.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
I have the other one about with your other buddy, um, your other buddy Nick when he was in
ah,
the States.
yeah. Where was that then?
This was in Santa Ana, California.
All right, yeah,
He
yeah,
came
yeah.
up from Mexico and played
That's
with
right. That's
he
right.
had the
Yeah.
Tijuana No as the back.
Yeah, he's great. I love Nick. I love him. I love to be. He's one of my best friends. I do a lot of his artwork actually. In fact,
Oh.
here's a plug for him. He's probably already plugged it, but there we go. That's the that's the one I did the
Oh
art
yeah,
for.
yeah, he did his newest one.
His newest one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, he
I've done
did
about
play
80 of his album covers. Yeah.
it.
Yeah. He's a good friend.
Yeah,
So
great guy.
and I'm looking forward to seeing him on Sunday. So.
Now, is there any unforgettable fan moments, letters, messages, or meetups that have reminded you of why you do the thing you do?
I'll be honest with you, and this is not something I say lightly.
Uh,
If if one person comes up at the end of the show and gives positive feedback, then your job's done.
Mm.
That's how I see it. And we've been so lucky that we've had a lot of good feedback. We have a good rapport with people. We're quite an open band. We're open to be approached and by people and stuff. Because a lot of people, tend to think, oh, I'll just leave them be. But no, it's fine. We'll chat as long as you want. It doesn't
Mhm.
care. Um, and we're well known for if they catch it at the right time, they may get something free. But if you've had a good show, if we've had a good show, they'll get something free at the end. They always do.
all right.
Ah, take that, yeah, go on, because the adrenaline's flowing. Go on, yeah, you can
Yeah,
have that.
yeah,
Yeah.
And you go, oh,
yeah.
I've lost 50 quid here, Jesus. But no, we love our fans. Our fans, we love them to pieces. And people do travel. We played in Wales, in Cardiff, and I walked out, and I'm looking, and I was like, and there's these two people that I recognised. I walked over to them, I said, and they live in Edinburgh, right, which is 600 miles from Wales. I'm like, what are you doing here? We got in the car and came down. I says, what are you doing here? But that sort of dedication is unbelievable, and we do repay a faith to those people that we put people on guest lists who've travelled. because we think that's the right thing to do. We're quite a socialist band, really. You know, we do a lot of charitable events. We did a massive event in England last year for the teachers' strike across the country. Yeah, we ended up playing in Trafalgar Square in front of 75,000. That was amazing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. But and well, just going on to that, I changed the. We did a little. We were asked to do a little picket line at a local school at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Right?
Wow.
So we did an unplugged bit. Yeah, 7 a.m. It was dark. I mean, it was dark in England at that time, right?
Okay.
So we did it, and we just did a little bit of a strip back thing. But I changed it. We did a message to you, Rudy, but I changed the words to message to you, Rishi, because Rishi Sunak was Prime Minister.
Oh, okay.
And I changed it all around, and about his tax dodging and stuff like that. But it took off, right? And then we got a message from the area union saying, "Do you want to come to Newcastle? There's going to be 1,000 people outside doing a protest, and you can play there." Yeah, yeah, we'll come there. We'll do that. So we went and did that. And everybody was singing it, and then the song went round everywhere else. So, we were seeing videos from different part of the country, and they were singing "Message to You, Rishi." And I'm like, this is mad. And then we eventually recorded it with Linval on it and Chrissy Boy from Madness on it, playing guitar. Yeah, and we released it, and then all the money we raised went to the union hardship fund.
That's
And then
amazing.
they asked us to go play the big one at Trafalgar Square. I was like, yeah, we'll come. Yeah, no problem. Of course we will. So yeah, it was great. It was great. So we do that. We do a lot of charitable stuff. We do a lot of political stuff, and because I think I do believe that everyone is better together. I've always thought that, and music has the force to do that. I mean, some of our stuff is blatant on what it's about, but I think people get it and understand that it's more about caring than it is like enough a politician. Do you know what I mean? It's you actually care and you give a shit, and and it just needs a lot more people to be like that. And so yeah, and the fans are just the best thing in the world, aren't they? Because without them, you've got nothing.
Right.
And we've got a fan base all over now. We've got quite a few in the United States, and we've got them in some of the weirdest places in the world that I didn't even know existed.
Are you talking about the fort?
What was that?
Are you talking about the fort? Place?
Yeah. Yeah.
With all those biting bugs? Do you ever experience all those bugs biting you?
Oh, they savage me. But just everywhere. It's just great. And we played Dublin. A guy who I met, Supernova, was there. Come to see you. Have you got a T-shirt? I say, again, yeah, have it. It's free.
Is he from the States too?
I think he lives in Canada. I'm not certain, but he might be state. I'm not certain.
Oh, okay.
Cathal Flynn, they call him. He's a writer as well. But just things like that. Just things like that. And we love our supporters, and we love everything that they do for us and everything they say. And the people leave nice comments on Facebook or your social media, anything like that. It's just the best thing in the world, and that's what you respond to.
Now talking about Facebook, I just recently had my birthday, right? And
Yep.
I got a happy birthday message from you, Paul. I was like, in the morning, I'm like, wow, this is awesome.
When was your birthday, man? I didn't know it was your birthday, dude.
April 27th. I was at
Happy birthday.
You didn't know?
Did I say happy birthday to you?
Yes.
Oh, that's all
I
right.
guess I knew.
Yes. Limita Goodwin put out that it was my birthday when I was at
That's
After
right.
Dome Fest. Remember? Yeah. So thank you very much. It was an excellent surprise waking up that morning and seeing
It's just nice.
a happy birthday message.
I think it's just nice to be nice to people. That's it. And just be nice. And, the world's full of crap and rubbish at the moment. So let's just be nice there. You know what I mean? And it's your birthday. Happy birthday again.
Yeah. Thank you. So I noticed your tattoo. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. I noticed your tattoos right now. You have a lot of the specials there. What else you got going on?
I've got the big specials ones there. Look.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's huge. And I've got a huge. My calf muscle, all the way from the back of my knee down to the back of my ankle, is like a Terry Hall memorial piece. Yeah. I can't really get them, show you.
Yeah.
But it looks good. And it's a lot of people like tattoos how they look, but all my tattoos mean something. It's not just willy nilly. I've got my daughter's signature on there, and I've got the Walt Jab skull, there, which is
Yeah.
one of
Yes,
which was
yeah.
when I was younger. Yeah, I've got Limble's autograph. I've got all sorts of stuff, and I've got big skinhead thing on my back, and because I was a skinhead when I was younger.
Like
Oh,
The Trojan symbol.
the Trojan.
The
No, it's one I put together. It's a skinhead croucher with his hands around his knees and his head down. It's quite
Oh,
poetic sort of thing.
got it.
But then I had a wall behind that and spray painted wings of an angel. So it's like a yin and
Yes,
yang thing.
I've seen the skinhead on the cross before.
That one,
That-
yeah,
yeah, the typical one. Oh, yeah, there it is.
yeah, that's him. We've all got them.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I do love tattoos, and I have plans for more. So yeah,
good.
and again, it's something like I've got the specials tattoo. I've got my anniversary. I've got the Untouchables on my knuckles actually.
Oh,
oh,
yeah. Live and let
nice.
dance.
But they're coming in again, but they're sort of waving a bit. But yeah, I leave the Untouchables on my fingers, so because I love the
Do you
Untouchables.
have a specific tattoo guy that you go to?
No, I do quite. It depends on where I am. A lot of them, because at the festival I run down south, we have a
Uh,
tattooist there, so I normally jump on there. Go, get me,
Yeah.
to get me tattoo, get me tattoo. I always get me tattoo ordering early. But there's a guy in town I'm going to go have a look at. I just want some bits and bats doing. So skin's boring. Skin's boring. It's a canvas to be messed with, So
Yeah.
I don't think I'd do my face or anything like that. But anything neck from the neck down, yes.
Yeah.
like that, okay.
So you guys have two number one hits on the UK reggae charts.
Three.
You had it in December of, oh, three. I'm so sorry. Uh, can you tell us which song these three were, please?
Right, number one was the very first single from Cradle to Grave, and it went to number one at 9 p.m. on the day of my birthday, which was
Very
written
nice.
in the stars, like, oh my
Yeah.
God. I remember running around the bedroom, We got number one. It was really crazy, mad, because it's we're at number one and Bob Marley was number three. I was like, something wrong with that picture
Yeah,
somewhere.
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. That's strange.
What's going on? What's going on? But and then I think it was Skapones Go was the second one, which is like we don't really do that
Oh.
anymore because we found it because we moved on and become serious artists. It's all a bit fun throwaway stuff, but a lot of people do like it, and people say, "Oh, you're gonna do Skapones Go?" And we're like, "We haven't done it for 2 years, but yeah, we'll think about it."
I do
And
like
that was
it.
like, and it's just it was just a little throwaway scar thing about being at the scar all your life and all this sort of stuff. But Windrush was the other one.
Yep.
Yeah, Windrush was there for a while. Yeah, and that's before it charted in the national charts as well. So which is so Windrush is our best-selling single ever, and and it's great to have a little sing along and stuff. 'Cause, you come out with all these, we're on about Won't Be Beat and things like that. So and it's actually in the set. So Won't Be Beat gets smashed out, then it's Windrush, so it brings everyone. After all me screaming in the faces with Won't Be Beat, they've got a nice little bit of sing along to do. So
Yeah.
yeah. So Windrush, yeah. So it's Cradle Grave, Spawn to Go, and then Windrush. Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations on that. That's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably means nothing, but
The next one you got to get on the charts is your Jesus is a friend of mine Christmas.
oh my Lord, the Christmas one.
Yeah.
Well, that was the sax player, Steve. We know Sal Polichetti from Sunseed, who did the original Jesus is a friend of mine.
Uh,
And we had Sal up at my festival. He's always done it with bands there, and he's gone down an absolute storm,
oh, that's cool.
And I did a podcast with, is it Aaron Carnes? Aaron
Yeah.
Carnes? Yeah.
Yeah, the In Defense of Ska.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, I've got the book. Yeah, and it was about Sal and how we got together and stuff. And it was really, really good. And he's such a wonderful human being. So when our bassist dropped out, because we wanted to go to America the second time, I said, whatever happens, I'm going to make it work. Then the bassist dropped out. Oh, for God's sake! I said, I know a bassist in America. I said, Sal, do you want to play some ska music for a month? So. Yeah, I'll do it. He's 71. He's like straight in.
Oh,
and he
wow.
was great. And he's such a showman, and he had so much energy. And yeah, he's just wonderful. He's just wonderful. So anyway, the bassist said, "Oh," the saxophone player said, I might write another version. I said, well, if you want to do it, you know. So they did. And I'm not on that one. It's just Sal doing the main vocals and stuff like that, and I think he's playing bass on it. But it's the rest of the band behind him and stuff like that. But we did it with him in America as well, both on the first tour and the second tour. We did it on the first tour. We did it in our very last show in Brooklyn, and boy, I nearly brought the roof off. I couldn't believe it. But but he's a legend. The man's a legend. The track is obviously a viral phenomenon, isn't it?
Yeah. Good like that. Good to have a guy like that on your side.
It is. It is. Yeah.
Is there any new ska bands in the UK we should look out for?
New.
Yeah,
Um, there are a majority of the bands have been around a while now. Of the main
yeah.
original bands, but newish ones, yeah. There's a couple of them. There's a young, not so much ska, but he has his mod ska crossover. They call him Kean Downing. Writes his own stuff. Very reminiscent of a more polite Paul Weller when he was younger, and but he's great. There's a band called AKA the Syndicate,
Oh, I've heard of
who
that.
yeah, are quite. They've just sort of really started to take off a little bit.
Okay.
Very good original stuff. So you need to check them out, yeah, because they're very two tone sounding. But again, they have political messages and social commentary, which really appeals to me. That's what it is. So there's those. There's. I'm just trying to think of what I managed to pick up. Ska punk is big over at the moment. A lot of young kids are into the ska punk scene, more so. Bands like Call Me Malcolm and stuff like that, and
Never heard that.
Broken Three Ways. There's a band around here called Brigantes who are fantastic, and they're all young kids. They're all in the late teens, early 20s, and it's great to see. And and we're all getting older now, and I've noticed that the crowds are getting all a bit older. So that's because they're all going to see the ska punk. That's where all the kids
Yeah.
are at. So I'm thinking of putting a ska punk show and just see what kind of drag in, see how it goes. And I'm saying to our guy, put some more punk in the guitar. That's where it's at.
Now, do that younger generation know like, Bad Manners, Specials,
Yeah,
Rhoda,
yeah. I think they
all
do.
that
Yeah, they do. When we do a song called Dorian's Going Grey, which is sort of
about
about
Dorian Gray?
yeah. It's about a bloke who's like us in his 50s, but he loves his ska music, and it's about saying. But we always say when we introduce it, we travel over the world, and it's great seeing all these kids coming into the scene because it keeps when we're all gone, there's still something left for them to do. And but it's to say to these young kids, we're not dead yet. We can still dance. We can still give you what for on the dance floor.
Yeah.
But so it's like it's like because all these scenes in England, there's not so many young kids into it, and that's such a shame. I'm seeing less and less, shall we say. You do get a few people coming through and that youngins coming through, but I think that it's natural progression, isn't it? It's like we're older, and so they'll find their own version of what we listen to Two Tone, so they'll find a heavier version because Two Tone was a heavier version than the original ska.
Mm.
It just goes up and it
Yeah.
goes round and round.
Do you guys have the song about those infamous guys, the Craze?
Oh, Captain Cutlass.
When I saw this in here, the Craze, it reminded me of that Morrissey song.
Which one's that one?
Um,
Oh, I know which one you mean. I can't remember what it's called.
the last of the International Playboys,
That's it.
where he sings about the Craze.
Craze, that's right. He does, yeah.
And then also,
No,
is this you guys when you guys were young?
No, believe it or not, that's a still from a film about the football club Leeds United.
Oh, okay. But this
No.
is actually you guys.
That's us. That was us there.
Okay.
That's definitely us.
Oh,
Not
you
me.
guys knew each other way back then? Damn.
Oh, no, we wouldn't have been friends now. I'll tell you.
No,
No,
That's funny.
it is.
no, but yeah, it's I love when you're making music. One of the bits I do love is thinking about what you can do with the art. What you're going to do.
Mhm.
Northern Gods was the Jarrow Marches, which was a march for unemployment in England in 1934, I think. And from the northeast, Jarrow is just about half an hour away from me, and they marched through all weathers from Newcastle, Jarrow, Newcastle to London. of which like 350 miles to find work,
Mm.
and that and we just thought Northern Gods is what they are, and it's also about up here where we're from. It was all steelworks and mining communities and stuff like that. But when the Tories came to power in '79, they closed them all down, privatized them, and then sold them off, and then that was it. So you left. There was actually towns here built primarily around pits. So the pits have gone. These towns still exist, but there's nothing, and the kids don't invest in the town. They don't go anywhere else. Um, so you find a lot of desolation, And then when like Ghost Town, the specials, when they were driving around, um, England on tour, they were seeing this sort of thing happening there and then, communities dissolving in front of their eyes, and we're still feeling that now. And on that album, Northern Gods, is really much about that. And there's a song on there called "A Rother," which was about the Battle of Orgreave, which was the miners' strike in England in '84. And it was bloodiest. It was one of the bloodiest battles between Thatcher and the police and the miners and the union. It was seriously bad. Seriously bad. It's still families don't talk even now. Over which side they were on, and
Mm.
yeah, it still holds a lot of. So we've written about that and stuff like that. So. Um, Yeah, so that album's very political, actually, very political. And the Ascension one was where we started branching out a bit and stretching our musical legs, if you like. We've got a bit more stuff. There's a lot of political stuff on there, but there's all, I mean, I think majority of it is. Um, and we did a song called Black Dog, which is like dub reggae. Now, Black Dog Live is a monster. It's huge, but I don't like the record.
A long song.
Well, we've cut it down. We've cut it
Okay.
down. We took about 7 verses out. Yeah, 7 verses out. But live, it really, because we managed to get these dub reggae effects going live. Just hang on a sec. The dog wants to be out.
Okay.
It's time.
Come
Nice.
on, quick.
It looks like the camera moves by itself.
Yeah, that's cool.
What
I
was
like
that?
this camera. I kind of
I think
yeah.
that was what Nick's did too. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're admiring your camera. It's like zooming in on its own.
Oh, I bought a Mac. I've never had a Mac before.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh,
It's a Mac?
okay.
But I'm
Because
loving
we
it.
noticed that with Nick. Nick's computer did the same thing with his
Yeah.
camera, so he must have had a Mac. Yeah, because it like follows you. It
He's-
follows
he's-
you around.
He's technically useless. So I don't know what he is honestly. Honestly. He's honestly, now he'll admit that. I think he's only just put on your laptop. I call him a dinosaur, but I can call him that.
Now I got one final question.
Yeah.
My final question. Picture the Ska History Hour viewers discovering the Skapones for the first time. Which track should they queue up and why?
Whoa. That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Tough one. There's so many, really. From Cradle to Grave, the single version, not the album version, has always been popular. And we open all our sets with it as well. So that's popular. Well, you could say Windrush, you could say there's so many. There's so many. Oh, so tough. You should have said this beforehand. um, right now, probably From Cradle to Grave, just because it's the most popular one. A lot of people like. It's got that minor chord and everything. That the minor chords that the ska bands like and some people like. So, but go, yeah, that one now. Then go look for everything else. That's the
Okay.
easiest,
Okay.
that's the easiest option. Yeah.
I'm sorry. You said which one? Captain Cutlass? What you said?
Oh, Captain Cutlass versus the Craze. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's on
Oh
the
yeah,
album.
it's just called Captain Cutlass on the CD.
Oh yeah, I think yeah.
But on the inside,
it was originally
yeah.
called Captain because we have Hartlepool, a town called Hartlepool, which is about 40 minutes from here. And in the 60s, Hartlepool had this big gangster called Captain Cutlass. He would literally carry a cutlass, so you wouldn't argue with him, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah. And he really existed. And in the song, there's a guy called Kenny the Bottles and all this, and they were all real people. And they had this mad idea. No, everyone says they're not certain if it's just legend or it's true story. Nobody seems to really know. But they had this idea of thinking, well, they were better than the Craze, so let's go to London and take these fellas on. Do you know what I mean? Lunatic idea, anyway, right? But the room. The thing is, the story was they got to London where the Craze met them, bashed them up, and sent them packing back up north.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
and that's what the song's about. But whether it really happened, we don't know. But Captain Cutlass did exist. That was his name, and he ended up emigrating to Australia when he became a sheep farmer.
Oh, wow.
Seriously, yeah, yeah. The end of Captain Cutlass. Yeah, so
Wow.
farmer.
Enjoy sheep more than humans.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, get away from him. But
Uh,
yeah, lovely, yeah. But some of that, but we've spoken to people who knew him and stuff like that, and he's had some really there's some really interesting stuff about him. So he's quite a nice bloke, really, as they always are.
oh, looks like Daryl froze a
He's
little.
froze.
He's frozen. He's having a little issue sometimes here. Yeah,
He's
oh, he's
back.
back.
Oh, you guys were frozen to me. I was fine.
Oh, that
It wasn't me. It was you guys.
there's some editing going on
Oh
Uh,
no. Is this going on again? All right. So I'm sorry. Was there anything crazy that happened? Because I didn't hear anything.
I can't remember now.
Okay. Now, now, do you have any pet peeves or addictions that you'd like to tell us about?
I don't like lateness. I don't like rude people, and that's not a Scar thing.
okay.
I like rude people. I don't like rude people. Um, uh, just yeah, that's about it really. I just want people to be nice to each other. But I mean, I know that's an idealistic thing to think about. But
Yeah.
this is I don't like people being nasty to other people. I will always stick up for the underdog. I will always be rebellious. I'll always be that way, just the way I am. Naturally.
Good.
You know. So, and I'm always on the side of. No, I was just saying I was on the side of right, but that's not the right thing to say, really, because who's to say it's right? But I try to be nice. I try to be good. I try to be fair, and stuff like that. But yeah, I am a hypochondriac, which doesn't help. That's the wife.
You got any addictions like record collecting or
You what?
that?
Yeah, our record collection. Yeah, I'm sat here now, and I'm covered by Nick Wells CDs on that shelf. I've got He gets
Oh
everywhere.
God.
And I've just got loads of CDs down there, books. I've got Scar books over there. I've got boxes over there. I've got my record player over there. CDs there, CDs in the box. I've got vinyl upstairs. And now it's hanging out of the cupboards now. And I just can't stop it, if you know what I mean. There's
Yeah.
it. Hey, the beat. And
Yeah, the beat. Exactly.
but, so I mean, it's completely in your head. But
Yeah.
but no, I love it. I just love it. And
Mm.
and that's when we make our own stuff. When Ascension came out, it was quite a long album. It was about well over, I remember 75 minutes, something like that. But on vinyl, you can only get about 20 minutes, 22 minutes per side, I think. So we were having to chop songs off to get it out on vinyl. And I'm like, well, it's a good album. I
Yeah.
don't want them to lose good songs. So I went through this mad idea. So let's make it a double album. So we get everything on. We did it black and gold vinyl. So you know what I mean? Because I know what it's like to have buy really good vinyl.
Yeah.
You know. And I'm like, and now over here, especially with Record Store Day, because you get Record Store Day at your place, don't you now?
Yep.
And the re-release things in coloured vinyls and clear vinyls, and it's brilliant, isn't it? And like, and the missus looks at me because I sniff the album cover and all this. But it's like if you get a CD, you get a CD, but if you get a vinyl, it's
Yeah.
like you can look at it and just what I've ever
Feel
done.
it and- yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, record collecting, absolutely, and badges as well. I'm a badge
Yeah.
collector. Badge collector.
Yeah. I have tons of stickers and I got a
Yeah.
Skapone a button or two in there with all my other
Excellent.
stuff.
Superb. It's like we've got like we've got all the stickers and stuff like that as well, and it's because they're basic, because I like them, and I think, what I did notice at Supernova, especially and in America, is the way they set out the stalls and they have these big badges, books, don't they? You can look through a sticker books where you can actually, and I think it's a great, we never thought of that. No one does it over here, but it's a great idea. So I've sort of adopted that a little bit. So, because I think it's a great
Were
idea.
you the one at Supernova giving away the buttons, like of just random things? Did you have?
No,
There was someone
no.
that had some buttons of just random ska
Yeah,
bands or whatever.
yeah, because I got some. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah.
So did I.
Yeah. Like that, you take them out of your pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't remember buying that one.
Now, where can we find your music, both physical and digital?
Digital, well, it's everywhere. So your usual download places, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, Tidal, YouTube. Everywhere there is a download place, you'll find us on there.
Okay.
Physical, there's you can get online basically from www.theskapones.co.uk. We have a store on there. We ship to America and stuff like that. We know we're not fussy, and so basically everything's on there. I think we've just sold out of Northern Gods CD, so we haven't got any left, but we've got some vinyls left, which is a gatefold, and then we've got some Ascensions left, and we've got Cradle to Grave on CD only, not vinyl anymore. The vinyl's sold out, so
Yeah.
um, we've got singles and vinyl and CDs and bottle openers and whatever you want, usual stuff, So, and that's
So
on.
so you can you purchase any of that physical media through Bandcamp? Or Bandcamp?
Not no. We should really do that. Really, I mean, Bandcamp is not something we tend to push really. I mean, we should really, because obviously you get the better deals from Bandcamp, especially from Bandcamp themselves, on returns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So but there's a lot of what we tend to do on Bandcamp is we tend to have we'll find something like an obscure track, and we'll think, oh. So we stick it on Bandcamp. So all our weird little releases are on Bandcamp, that we wouldn't have anywhere else. We like to keep them separate. I think it's quite nice that.
Yeah.
But we should exploit it a bit more. We should really, yeah, because that's the place to be, really, I think.
Yeah. Now, what does the future hold for the Skapones? Any new material coming out? Any other
Yep.
tours planned? What do you got?
Yeah. We've got The Fear's just come out. That's gone all right. It's in the set and it's going really well. We just filmed the video for it. There's shows with Madness later on. I've got a book, the updated version of the specials book coming out, and as part of that, Skapones are going to be doing shows as well as part of book signing and then a show afterwards. Then we've got just tours all around UK. We come back from Ireland, and then we start again. We're playing with Jerry Dammers actually next week.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, he's DJing at this Scar event in Sheffield in South Yorkshire. So we're looking forward to play with him and some of the best of the English original bands. So there's that. There's quite a lot of stuff going on, and it's just like 100 miles an hour. We tend to play in Scotland a lot. We love going to Edinburgh and then Glasgow. It's really great up there. And again, that's another place with a really good scene. Um, you know what about pet hate? So I just remembered one. I just remembered one.
Please.
A pet hate, right, is when people walk up to your store, your merchandise store, and then walk away.
They just walk up, look, and then just walk away. They don't say anything.
Yeah.
Like a
Not
yard
for me.
sale.
Buy a badge, it's £1.
Now, to sum up the interview, we want to thank you, of course.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
But
much.
ask
Thank you so much.
if there's any last words that you have for your fans and our viewers out there.
We love you all. That's all we can say. It comes right from here. Anybody that buys a record, or guys like yourself who are really appreciative and stuff, and people who are appreciative, or people leave nice comments or buy anything, we love you all. That's it. Without you, we're nothing. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, true.
Yep.
All right, Paul. Well, we appreciate your time that you took.
No, I loved it. It was a great laugh. It was a great laugh.
A little late over there. I apologize.
No, it's all right.
Not okay. But thank you for everything. Can't wait to see what your band has, and of course, Specialized, the project there, and everything that you have going on. keep posting everything you can on Facebook or all those
Will
other
do.
avenues, and
TikTok.
I
I
guarantee
see you on
that.
TikTok.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we definitely hope to see your band again.
But yes, we hope to be back. We hope to be across to the States. We have got a date in Connecticut already. It's been booked for a few years, and he's holding on to it for us, so that'd be nice. So, so we can work something around that. Then that's what we need to
Is
do.
that this year?
It was going to be this year, but it won't be this year. So what we're trying to do is trying to raise funds. It's hard for an independent band to do it itself because it's expensive. So we do have ways through PRS over here. You can apply for grants and stuff like that. So we're going to go down that route, I think, and just see what happens. We don't need totally funding, just a part fund would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to do that. So hopefully we'll be because we love Bridge in Massachusetts on a Wednesday night, and I'm thinking, but in England, if you play on a Wednesday night, you're not going to get anybody. But I thought, well, it'd be the same there, but no, it was different. It's kettle of fish, and it's just so nice to be around nice people who've got passion for what they like, and you can't beat
Like-minded people. Exactly. Yeah.
like-minded people.
Especially if you come near Supernova, a lot of the bands are going to be playing around
That's right.
the days before and after.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
So that's definitely something to do. Even if you're not playing Supernova, you can.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
no. Every angle and every avenue will be explored.
Yeah. You're there. You're one step ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Nice one, boys. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, hold on a quick moment.
Oh yeah,
We got to ask you something. So thank you very much. Hold on.
Thank you.
no problem.
Hello, Skankers. Jose here, aka Skanking Force. Would you like to win a free Ska Box? It's as easy as following Ska Box Rocks and Stiff Dog Records on Instagram and Facebook. And subscribe to Ska History Hour on YouTube and comment Ska Box Rocks in any video to enter. Good luck!